Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Beemer Fam. Today we're going to be talking about everything I hate about the BMW M4 after 2 years of ownership. I've owned this car for 2 years now. We came from a stock exhaust system to now a straight piped catback AWE track exhaust, and I gotta say, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the sound, but I wouldn't say it gets old, but it's not like, you know, every time you do a downshift and you get it going, it doesn't give you chills like how some of the older generation M cars did. Just listen. See, I love the burbles. Don't get me wrong. Makes a lot of cool noises. You hear the turbo spooling up and releasing. You hear these big pops and bangs. This car sounds good. It sounds raw. It sounds loud. Well, I wouldn't say it sounds amazing. Every now and then, you get inside the car and you go to open the door, and let's say maybe I don't want to get out the car yet. You close it and the door doesn't close all the way. There's been a couple times where I've tried to close the door and the door hinge gets stuck and the door won't close. Finally, someone told me that if you just try to keep opening the door, then it'll open up that latch and then you can finally close it. But I was sitting there for at least 15 minutes trying to figure out how do I close my car and lock it. So as you guys have seen in the last video about things I hate about owning this car is the turning radius, and I think that's because it's so wide and it's so low to the ground. I'm gonna perform a quick little maneuver so you can see exactly how bad it is. We're gonna try and head towards the camera and then stop the car and just try and turn around. Okay, we're gonna pretend that cars are in these parking spaces. Look at this. Reverse again. I actually ended up driving this car from Michigan all the way to out here. I was actually planning on shipping it, but this was the biggest problem that we came across. I actually prepaid for some of the shipping and had the shipper show up on my front doorstep just for them to deny the car because the ride height is too low, and this is factory suspension, factory ride height, completely stock everything. And even without the splitter, I think he estimated it to be around 3 inches lower than any kind of ride height they would approve of on any kind of open carrier in the US. So they actually didn't take the car because they didn't want to be liable for it and they didn't want to damage the front end because it was so low. So I basically had two options. It's either I ship the car for $2,500 instead of $800 or just drive it. So even though the exterior design is just gorgeous, one of the hardest things is to get a proper fitment on the front wheel. This thing is pretty good with these 20-inch wheels. Even so, we have a lot of wheel gap in here. I fit my shoe up in there pretty easily. The rear end has a much better fitment with the wheels, but that front end, we just have too much gap. And lowering it would just make things even more difficult and impractical. So you kind of just have to live with having a giant wheel gap in the front. There is extensive modifications available for the M3 and the M4, but they're going to come with a cost, a pretty hefty ticket. Anything carbon fiber, a body kit can run you well over $2,000, $2,500 just for some carbon fiber. And even if you didn't want to spend the extra money on carbon fiber, you can expect to spend at least $300 on non-carbon fiber body kit. This is probably the most annoying thing about owning a used BMW M4 or M3 is the iDrive itself and trying to get it to connect to my phone. We just click on media, go over to external devices and turn our Bluetooth on. Depending on the year of your car, this thing will struggle to connect to the device. And even when it does, sometimes it won't even let you access all the features. So for example, this car has a heads-up display. You can see the speed limit right there. As you can see, it pulls up another menu so you can change the song with a little dial on the steering wheel. Sometimes this whole menu won't even pop up. I mean, and that's really a problem when you're driving spiritedly and you're driving fast and you're trying to change a song and it just won't let you. You gotta reach down to your phone and try and click next song, try and click it through here, and then sometimes it doesn't work through there. So it's just, then you gotta disconnect your phone and then you gotta reconnect it. Depending on the moment and depending on what you're doing, it can be very distractful to driving and kind of put you in a tight situation. Honestly, in some cases, it's just not safe. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check us out on Instagram at Beemer Fam. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.